Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And the next week marks the release of the latest horror film coming into theaters, and that of course is the sequel, Blair Witch. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't reviewed the original yet, so that's what I'm going to do today. Because today I'm going to take a look back at the original 1999 humongous hit, The Blair Witch Project. Let's do it. Taking place in 1994, three filmmakers are making a documentary in the woods of Maryland in the small town of Brickettsville. The film they're making centers around the legend of an evil being known as the Blair Witch. After getting some information from townspeople, the trio go into the woods to see if they can find any evidence or truth to the tale. They end up getting lost and have to camp out longer than they planned. At night, bizarre things begin to happen outside of their tent while they sleep. The three still remain missing, however, and a year later, the footage from their movie was found. So what did I think of the Blair Witch Project? I thought it's a clever and creepy horror film. This, of course, was one of the first films to use the found footage and shaky cam gimmick. Due to its brilliant marketing, which went as far to hand out missing flyers about the characters, many audiences weren't too sure if what they were seeing was actually a real documentary or not. Of course, people soon figured out it was just a fake movie. Watching it back now in 2016, after seeing so many similar films, the gimmick has now worn a bit, as there have been a few better made since then. The Blair Witch Project is also a very polarizing film. Many love it and praise its originality, and there are many who absolutely hate it, citing it as a boring experience, and I really can see the reasoning behind both points. The film starts out strong, with the film crew going around the small town filming interviews with the locals who have heard stories or even supposedly have had encounters with the Blair Witch herself. The audience learns about a man who killed 8 children in a house in the woods who claims he was forced to commit the crime by the spirit of Ellie Kedward, a woman who was executed for witchcraft in the late 1800s. From there, the trek in the wood begins, where the highlights really start when night falls. They begin to hear odd noises in the woods and outside of their tents, including children laughing. During the day, the filmmakers begin to find evidence, such as stick figures hanging through the woods, that something very strange and possibly dangerous is watching them. During the day scenes, we get a little too much downtime with bickering and wandering through the woods. While sometimes what you don't see can be scarier than what you do see, I would have liked to have at least seen a little something, even if it was a quick flash. That being said, there are scenes in this film that are flat out terrifying, whether it be the characters running through the dark believing they actually saw something, hearing each other scream while lost in the pitch darkness, and of course the chilling finale, where they find what possibly could be a house where murders were committed. Looking back, the Blair Witch Project has its ups and downs, but overall, its well-thought-out story and tension-filled freakiness make it something every horror fan should see at least once. I'm going to give it the rating of... do it. Alright, well that's the show. Next week I'll be taking a look at the sequel to the Blair Witch Project that came out before this one that comes out next week. The Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, so that'll be an entertaining time, to say the least. And of course, I'll be back with more reviews this weekend. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/Westside515. You can like the show on Facebook, Facebook.com/WestTroopAlist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WestAlist. Until next time, Troop out.